I'm convinced the most overlooked job responsibility of a deacon is being a shock absorber, protecting and promoting the unity of the church. Now, where am I getting this from? Well, the most famous passage associated with the office of deacon is Acts chapter 6. And while I don't think that Acts 6 is the official establishment of the office of deacon, I do believe it's setting in motion a pattern that will become the position. So we can draw principles from how we see the apostles and the seven operating in that story for the work of elders and deacons today. And one of the most interesting things to note, and I think it's often overlooked in that story, is that the seven were not deployed merely to solve a food crisis. Yeah, food was the presenting issue. The Greek-speaking widows were being overlooked in the daily food distribution in the Church of Jerusalem. And it led to a problem. And the apostles said to the congregation, choose from among yourselves those who can solve this. And that's how the seven were raised up. But while food was the occasion, it was not the fundamental problem. The fundamental problem was a sudden threat to church unity. And that's why this was such a massive issue. And it's the apostles didn't delegate this to the seven because it wasn't important. They delegated it because it was. The apostles could have just imposed a swift, superficial solution and then moved on. But instead, they delegated the problem and deployed the seven to create an ongoing solution and a permanent structural solution, that an official office in the church eventually. And so what the seven were tasked to do was to safeguard the very unity for which Christ died. And in the chapters leading up to Acts 6, things are going swimmingly. The word of God is spreading and Satan is being thwarted. And yet when you get to chapter 6, it's like the ominous music in Luke's score begins to change, and you realize, oh wow, I don't know how this is going to play out. This church is experiencing a division along a very natural fault line, cultural, ethnic, and this could lead to the breakdown of church unity. And so the seven rise up and respond with a creative solution to muffle the shockwaves rather than make them reverberate further. So, when you're looking for deacons in your church, do not look for contentious persons. A contentious person makes a very poor deacon because that kind of person will only compound the kind of headaches that deacons are meant to relieve. Deacons, rather, should be those who have fine-tuned conflict radar, who love solutions more than drama, and who rise to respond in creatively constructive ways to promote the harmony of the whole. So look for the encouragers. Look for those who, as I said, will absorb shock and safeguard the ministry of the elders, but most importantly, the reputation of King Jesus as his church remains united.